Apocalyptic scenes from California in the summer of 2020, the most destructive wildfire season in that state's history. By the end of the year, nearly 10,000 individual blazes had claimed 33 lives and burned an area large enough to fit Berlin, the city of Berlin, 12 times. California is no stranger to battling wildfires. Even so, no one expected the sheer size, speed, and ferocity of the flames in 2020. Now in 2021, Californians are bracing for the next fire season, a season that started early, it appears, because of a deliberate act. Police arrested an arson suspect after a wildfire broke out near Topanga State Park, north of Los Angeles. Facing steep and difficult terrain, fire crews were supported by helicopters and air tankers. On the ground, local authorities gave evacuation orders to hundreds of homes under threat. The area's dense vegetation has not seen a major burn in more than 60 years. That helped drive the flames despite the cool conditions and with almost no wind. Here's the Los Angeles fire chief.
I think we really have to think about brush fires as a year-round challenge. And yesterday, when I woke up, it was raining. And it was raining out here. And the fire is still burning. And that is unusual fire behavior. That tells you that the drought, that the years of that have gone by since the last fire, sometimes as long as 75 years, have changed the equation.
All right, let's go now to our very own Stefan Simons. He joins me from Pacific Palisades in the hills above Los Angeles. Good afternoon to you, Stefan. So what's the situation there? Are you standing in a powder keg?
Yeah, you could say so. Let me fill you in and prep this scene here for you. What you see behind me here, this is actually the Palisades fire. This is the Pacific Palisades neighborhood here. And around that bend, you see all those fire trucks there? Well, they're going up that hill all the way. There's dozens more, dozens and dozens. In total, there is 50 fire trucks involved in fighting this fire here, 535 firefighters. And you see those green trucks here, Dalton Hotshots. This is an elite fire crew. Those guys are working 16-hour shifts, up there in the hills, working the line, meaning clearing the brush, making sure the fire is not coming towards these homes. Those homes, we spoke to residents here, and they spent the last 3-4 days actually absolutely frightened and terrified. Talked to a woman who said like she hasn't slept in 3 or 4 days, and she looked really tired, so I believe her. It's not a good situation here, but good news, no more evacuations. The evacuation orders and warnings are lifted now. LA Fire and LA County Fire seem to have a grip on the fire here now.
You know, we've heard that some areas in California, they haven't had a burn off in years. There's been a buildup of thick brush and forest debris. Do officials there, do they see a need for better forest management to prevent fires on the scale that we saw last year?
I think they do. I know that the officials from the Forest Service here, and they are actually responsible for making those counter burns, right? Those controlled burns to get rid of the brush and all of this. They are a little frustrated. They feel they're getting a bad reputation here. They are doing this. I mean, 165,000 square feet were burned last year in a controlled burn. Of course, residents here, they tell you a different story. They say the state has to do more. And now, big surprise, follow the money. The more money you spend on forest management, on firefighting, etc., the more results and better results you get. The governor has now proposed an increase of billions and billions of dollars for exactly that, because California is, you know it, looking at one of the worst fire seasons probably to come.
I got 30 seconds for you. Is it true what the Los Angeles fire chief said, that fire season is basically the entire year now?
Yeah, it's pretty much the conclusion here, that this is not going to go away all year. It's almost an all-year event. And the reason given for this is, in California, anybody you ask tells you that climate change. It's getting hotter, there's a drought, there's no rain, not enough rain. Everything is a tinderbox here and can alight in a second.
All right, Stefan Simons in the Pacific Palisades in the hills above Los Angeles, where, it's easy to start a fire these days. Stefan, thank you.